The video you're about to watch was originally recorded as part of a breakdown of my portrait photography contract. It's the definitions section, and a lot of it deals with the terminology around usage and licensing of imagery. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to make it its own separate video because it turned out to be rather lengthy when I was recording the video, and I figured it would be a good video on its own. So enjoy that now, and if you find it helpful, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications if you want more videos to help you grow and run your photography business. Thank you. Definitions. We need to spell out exactly what it is the terms mean within the contract. And so this section I got from the Pricing and Negotiating blog, and these are the terms and conditions that are often used, that wonderful machine puts out, and those are public and on display in the APhotoEditor blog under the Pricing and Negotiating section. I will have changed some of the wording here to apply to me, but a lot of it is pretty standard language. Images, footage, video, or photographs herein known as work are any copyrightable materials created as a part of the project as agreed to by the creator and the client or agency. Client is the licensee of the work as detailed in the job description herein. So this is clarifying that the client is licensing images. They are not owning the images. They are not getting the copyright of the images. In North America, the photographer owns the copyright. In the US, it can be a work for hire agreement. But for me, here in Canada, work for hire doesn't exist, so I need to clarify that the client is licensing the images and not owning the images. A lot of people just don't understand that. I don't necessarily need to include that because that's the law, but I need to make sure that people are agreeing to it and signing it off. Even if they don't read the contract line for line, when they sign it, they're agreeing to it, even though they don't need to agree to it because it's just copyright law. Editorial. Okay, so editorial use is when the client publishes the work in their own editorial publication for the purposes of educating and or conveying news, information, or fair comment opinion, which is available for sale to the general public and which does not seek or accept sponsorship to or in itself promote a specific product, person, service, or company. So this is not a brochure for a product. It is an opinion-based publication that someone might produce. It's a magazine for most intents and purposes. Publicity use is when the client submits the work to an outside editorial publication, whether print or electronic, such as a blog or an electronic-based news website, for editorial use only, and the client or agency is not paying for that use or placement. So that means if I'm photographing portraits of someone and the client or agency hires me to do that for publicity, that means they are allowed to use the images to submit to publications. When I am doing sort of like work for free and I'm just collaborating with someone, they generally are not going to get publicity rights because the magazine tends to pay photographers for the use of photos. I want to make sure that I'm getting compensated for the images that I am creating. I don't want an image that I'm creating for someone, whether they've paid me or not, to end up on the cover of a magazine and then I don't get paid for that. A good chunk of my income used to come from editorial publications and magazines. Advertising. Advertising use is when the client or agency is paying for the placement of the work on or in whatever media it appears. Advertising pays really well. If you're paying for the image to be put in an ad, on a billboard, or in a magazine, or in electronic form on an Instagram ad or a Facebook ad, if they're paying for placement, that is advertisement. Collateral use is when the work appears in or on a platform that the client or agency wholly controls and produces, such as a company website, annual report, brochure, or social media profile, and is intended to promote a commercial product, service, personality, or brand. Headshots are business collateral. LinkedIn headshots, acting headshots, anything that a company might hire me for those images to go onto like a company website, that's collateral. If you're taking photos of a real estate agent and those photos end up on a business card is literally collateral. That's what we call collateral. Public display use is when the work is shown or displayed in a client-maintained space open to public public viewing, such as a corporate office, a trade show, or a public event, and the client or agency is not purchasing advertising space to allow for the placement of the work within the media or location it appears. I recently had a friend of mine give a portrait that I had taken of him to a festival here in the city, and they used it in public display. They used it as part of an open event and like a pretty large event. I was not even asked. It was an arts festival too, and they should have known better when it came to copyright and licensing. They didn't. They apologized. I'm happy with that. I've moved on. But this is the kind of thing where if you are working with a friend and you're providing images for them, they can't just give their images to another company or organization to use in an event, in like a large public event, which is what happened in this case. And it was a little shocking, a little jarring, but I'm over it, and we're moving on. Private display, similarly, is when the work is shown or displayed in a non-commercial private space closed to public viewing, and the use of which does not promote a commercial product, service, personality, or brand. Point of purchase or point of sale herein as a POS use is when the work is included in a non-paid placement, print or electronic indoor display for the purpose of promoting a product, service, or corporation within a third-party retail space or client location. For example, if you do images for a fashion brand or a shoe company, and those images are displayed in the store in a mall, that is point of sale. So when you go to a mall and there are photos in the window, and the Gap has like massive photos in their store, those are POS imagery, and that's usage for point of purchase or point of sale. Packaging use is when the work is printed or displayed on the packaging for a commercial or retail product. Still life images of cosmetics would be packaging use. Unlimited use includes all editorial, publicity, advertising, collateral, public display, and packaging uses of the work defined herein. Giving someone unlimited usage, you can say, here's an image, use it however you want. I will never get compensated. You never have to pay me for the usage of this image ever again anywhere else. And that is basically signing away money. Things have become more, especially in Canada, over the last 10 years. People want more and more unlimited use in perpetuity. And in perpetuity, it means forever. You take the shot and you get paid once, and that's it. That's not how advertising works, and that's not how a lot of higher end clients work. But if it's like headshots of a real estate agent, that's it. You're never getting paid for that again. And a lot of real estate agents just don't have the money to pay you for advertising. There are real estate agents in my city whose face is on every second billboard, and that photographer probably made a few $100s for those images, and then they are now part of $100,000 media campaign. If they did give unlimited usage on those images, they should not have, because they are entitled to advertising usage fees for that. Media is the medium in which the work is reproduced, inserted, displayed, or placed by the client or agency. Where's it going? Is it a magazine? Is it a blog? Is it a billboard? What is it? Consumer use is when the media in which the work appears is directed toward and or available to the general public. Can someone buy this? Is it something that somebody can buy? Can somebody see it? Can somebody be a consumer of it? Trade use is when the media in which the work appears is directed towards specific industries, professionals, or special interest groups for commercial, promotional, or advertising purposes, and is not available to the general public. And these would be trade magazines. I've done a number of portraits for trade magazines, like Oil and Gas Industry Magazine or Professional Association Magazine. Trade magazines are pretty much generally specific to an industry or trade. There are restaurant trade magazines that I've worked with in the past, have shot cover images for that as well. Out of home. This is known as OOH, and out of home is all paid placement displays viewable to the general public from any public or private space. So if you're out of your home and you can see the image on a poster, on a billboard, at a bus stop, in a poster, or on a bench, on the side of a bus, inside the subway, posters inside the subway station. That's all out of home. So if you are out of your home and you can see the work, that's OOH. That's out of home. Broadcast is all network and subscription television and radio outlets, TV, radio, but also streaming services as well. Print is all printed mediums, excluding packaging, out of home, and point of sale. Newspapers, newspapers, magazines. If it's not packaging, if it's not out of home, and it's not POS, then it's just a general term is print. Web is all mediums accessible exclusively via an internet browser or internet-based software. So if it's going to be online on a website, then that is web. And finally, electronic. And electronic is all digital and web mediums, excluding broadcast TV, packaging, out of home, and point of sale. And so those are the definitions that I have in my contract. That's going to be probably the majority of this video, is just the definitions and getting through those and explaining to you what each of those means. Well, you're still here, and I hope the video was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Also, I'm going to link to the next video that this was originally a part of, which is the breakdown of my portrait photography contract, and you'll be able to click on that right here when that video goes live. Thanks for watching. Stick around. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.